everyone, and welcome to the RCX's Mission Horizon Headed to the Moon host, scorekeeper, and referee training video. Welcome to this live Facebook meeting. If there's anybody on there that wants to ask us some questions throughout the event, you can go ahead and post a question, and we'll try to answer it to the best of our ability. If you're viewing this tomorrow or the next day, you can just go ahead and email me at doug.rcx@gmail.com, and I'll answer your questions there. But I'm going to try to keep this meeting to a minimum tonight. So as the host, scorekeeper, or referee, when you review this meeting, I have already emailed the host some links to current documents and videos that complement this training. So the best video that you guys need to do is watch the Mission Horizon Headed to the Moon coaches meeting video, and it goes over the mat, the placements of the mission objects and where they start. It also goes over the scoring locations where they start. So that's the best meeting or video for you guys to watch to complement this referee training. There's also a list of documents that I'm going to go over. We'll just start out with them right now. And the first document that you're going to want to consider or review is the Mission Horizon Missions and Rules document. You need to go over that because it will help you know how the objects start and score. I have the Mission Horizon Mission Object Starting and Scoring Position document. And this document shows you the mission objects, how they score. There's multiple pictures that'll show a scoring position or a non-scoring position for you guys to review. The next document I got for you is the habitat design. And this one there was a little bit confusion, but to clarify, mission 1 is the habitat. The kids have to design the habitat of their own creation, and in the explanation of how to create the habitat, I kind of gave them two answers. So I'm going to go over with you how to use this in the scoring for the kids during the tournament. The next group of documents complement the challenge, and those are the RCX general rules and other documents. These rules go year after year. They don't really change. Every once in a while they do get updated, but for the most part, the general rules are rules that we use every year, and it just goes over who's eligible, construction of the robot, what it means to be in the safe zone, out of the safe zone, scoring, and some other stuff. So referees need to review this especially. The setup of the quad, the 4 tables in the quad platform. The document is titled Quad Assembly, or Assembling the Quad Northwest Corner. The host needs to review this. This is how you're going to set up the boards for the competition, and then place the mats in that after you get that assembled. Here are some aids that the referees have asked for over the year. So when teams come to you at the beginning of the match, here's the referee team member document. It kind of goes over what you should do and what you should expect for the interaction between the referee and the team members at the beginning of the match. The next one is the touch penalty assessment during the match. It kind of outlines how you assess touch penalties, what the kids have to do with the robot, and then subsequently take the mission object off the board and or deliverable or retrievable objects. The next one is for the quad platform and the drive source rule. This document is how you score the quad platform, how you would score the robot should it climb on top of the platform, or any other mission objects that score. This document explains how to score the quad platform. The next one is the RCX match review. At the end of the match, the referee will keep the team captain, back at the table and go over the scoring of the performance of the robot during the match. And that's just a little aid to help the referee and the team captain kind of a step-by-step what you need to do at the end of the match. Now for the host, we have traffic control and running an efficient tournament. Now this basically just shows you when you are in the tournament area, you've got the quad platform set up, and then you've got teams that are at the quad, you've got teams that are on deck that are staged to perform in the next match, and then teams that are in the hole that are assembled to perform at the third group of matches. And it's just a traffic flow design and some descriptions of what you should do and expect the kids to do in preparation to compete. And then finally, the RCX program tournament policy is a document for the host and the referees to just let you know that I support your efforts at the tournament. There are a lot of documents and things that are out there, but there are times when some decisions are made at the last minute. And that document just basically says that the RCX program supports the host and referees in decisions that are made. And the only thing that we ask is that you make decisions to benefit the students. Don't be making decisions that are too harsh. And so just keep in mind that the RCX program supports the hosts and the other volunteers that are working the tournament. So at this point, I'd like to go ahead and just start explaining what the referees are going to do, what the host is going to do. So we'll make it easy. The host, it's very simple. I've already sent you some documents, or I should say some emails with attached documents. At this time, you can either download the documents from my email or go to the RCX website, the 24-25 challenge, and follow the links to the different documents that will help the host, the referees, and others prepare for the competition. There's about, I believe the email's got 10 or so documents that you can download, but they're all on the website. When I run my tournaments personally, I just keep a laptop open to the documents page in case a question arises. The head referee should be prepared for the students to question the scoring. So if a student has a question for the scoring, the student must provide documentation like the general rules or the mission horizon, mission and challenge rules that kind of support the discussion or argument that a student may have about how the referee scored a certain item at a certain time. And then if there is something like that, we get the host involved and we do this away from the competition tables after the match is done. Okay. So the one thing that I do not have for you, but you do need to provide a tablet for each competition board or phones. Some referees like to use their personal phone, but we will provide you a list of teams, the scoring form, and the scoring sheet through Google for you to run your tournament. So at each competition board, the referee will need either a tablet, a Chromebook, or a personal device to be able to score each match. The form will have 15 questions for the referee to answer, yes, no, or other multiple choice questions. And once you submit the form, it automatically populates to the Google Sheet, and then the Google Sheet automatically will tabulate the score for each match that the students perform. And then there's additional sheets within the Google Sheet that will tabulate highest to lowest and provide additional information so that the host can use the sheet to recognize who is the champion, who's the runner-up for elementary, middle, and high school divisions. Each region will send students to the STLP State Championship at Rupp Arena on April 22nd or actually 23rd. We'll set up on the 22nd. But there are teams from each region that will advance. Because of participation levels at each region, the number of teams that advance to the state tournament is different region by region. So simply put, the host will be sending the champion from each age group, one elementary, one middle, one high, to the state championship. But then additional teams will be based on participation levels for the entire region. And let's just say that the elementary division has a large number of teams, but the high school division does not. We're going to go ahead and put an extra team possibly in the elementary division for that region. But each region will be set up a little different, so that we can get 60 teams to participate at the STLP State Championships in April. Okay? So pretty much, let me just outline real quick for the host. I've kind of talked about what they got to do, but at this point, the host needs to do several things. First, the host needs to communicate to the coaches. I have sent out an email file to every regional host. Send a welcoming email to all the regional hosts, or regional coaches and assistant coaches, for your regional site. If you're going to do anything like concessions, have certain areas that you want teams to stage, scheduling, go ahead and send some information out as soon as you can. I understand that the scheduling, you may not actually have the information available until the week before your tournament, but go ahead as the host, go ahead and communicate with the different coaches right now. And pretty much, you also will need the documents. So host, print off one paper copy of documents. All the coaches have access to it. You do not need to worry about printing a lot of stuff for the coaches and other people, but just, print off some documents for the host and the head referee to use on tournament day. Again, for myself, I just use my laptop and have the page open, but just as a host, you're in there to communicate to the teams, be kind of public relations for all activities going on at the tournament on tournament day, answer any questions that coaches may have for your specific site, but that's pretty much the job of the host. The next thing is the scorekeeper, and really the scorekeeper, there's not a whole lot to do at this point. You just sit there and monitor the Google form, Google Sheets, populate, and should some problem arise every once in a while, the tabulations that are submitted are wrong, and we've got to go back and communicate with the host, or with the referee. So the scorekeeper will periodically go up to the tables and ask the referee for clarification on some of the questions that were submitted. Sometimes it gets an extra score, sometimes it takes away a score. It's not a whole lot. You just sit there and just kind of watch the sheet populate. But then the remainder of this meeting is going to be for the referee, the head referee, and the table referees. So be prepared for the next half an hour, let's say, that we're going to talk about referee kind of things. And again, the referees really need to do a lot of homework before you start. Start with watching the coaches meeting video. The coaches meeting shows the start and scoring positions of all the mission objects. I don't like rehashing everything in a subsequent video because occasionally I do change things just by placement or words that I use. So go back to the coaches meeting video. The video will show you where all the mission objects start, where they score, and then there's documentation to support those items that you can use as a little checklist or something like that for the tournament. I do attempt to get to as many regional tournaments as I can. I can answer some questions, but many times when questions arise on the day of the tournament, you can call me. I'll answer the phone to the best of my ability, or I sometimes have Jeremy, he'll help me out as well. And we'll just put our information out there to the host that you can call us on the day of the tournament. So let's go ahead and jump into, I'm going to have my photographer just kind of pan around the board here, and what we're going to do is we're going to start at the safe zone, and this is how all the mission objects will look at the start. You've got your rocket, your exploration vehicle, your